Okay. So if you guys are feeling like you got some stuff to say, then we'll move on.
I'm nervous.
Okay. You can't whisper.
You're going to have to speak like a normal human being.
Okay. Have we started already?
Yeah, we're recording.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
All right. Welcome to my dad's movie podcast. I'm Mick Johnson. I'm the dad. And with me today, I have three of my kids. Tabor's not here tonight. He's off doing some other stuff. But I have Alec Johnson home from school for the summer. Got Nicholas Johnson home from school for the summer.
Hello.
And I got Haley Johnson, my one and only daughter. Let's go.
What's up?
The enforcer. So she
The
specifically
brass knuckles.
Yeah, she specifically came over for the. She hasn't been on any podcast. She has been mentioned on many podcasts. Usually, it has something to do with the fact that she beats people up and she's intimidating.
Gladly.
but tonight she actually came in because we're going to talk about Wes Craven and Scream. I think we're doing 1 and 2 tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
First two Scream movies.
Yeah. And we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. Usually we spend quite a bit of time just talking about the director and their style and their upbringing and kind of, what we see coming from that director and kind of why they do the things that they do in the movie. But tonight we're going to just kind of focus on the Scream movies instead. We'll talk a little bit about Wes Craven. If you want to interject some stuff about Wes Craven, if you know some things, that'll be good. But
Are you talking to the listeners or to us?
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
You're the ones with the microphones.
Leave some stuff about Wes Craven down in the comments. And
Leave it at the door.
maybe
So-
we'll mention it in the next podcast.
Wesley Earl Craven, born August 2nd, 1939. Oh, this is sad. I didn't know that he passed away.
Yeah.
Yep.
August 30th, 2015.
Yeah, I was going to say 2014.
He was an American film director and screenwriter, producer, and looking at the stuff that he put together over his lifetime, he's done a lot of really good stuff, but Scream is pretty cool. It's not my kind of movie. I wouldn't watch it unless my kids said, "Hey, Dad, let's do a podcast on Scream." So I sat down and I watched 1 and 2. I liked 1 quite a bit. I thought it was, who's the character? Who's the Shaggy character?
Stu Macher, played by Matthew Lillard.
Yes, I loved his character. I thought he was hilarious, and I loved it. Well, we can get into that, but when he gets stabbed and stuff, I almost lost it. So, anyways, let's talk about anything you want to say about Wes Craven, and let's talk about Scream 1.
I mean, he's kind of prolific in the horror genre because he did the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, right?
Yes, I think he did. I didn't do a ton of research on him tonight, but the Wes Craven, we're actually going to do another one. A lot of the directors that we do, we end up doing a episode 1, episode 2. This one's kind of a special. So we will do another episode on Wes Craven where we talk a little bit more about him. But yeah, he did those also. Yeah.
That's pretty much all I know about him is that he did the Scream movies, the first 4, and then I'm not sure how many Friday the 13th, or not Friday, Nightmare on Elm Street movies he did. I think he just did the first one, right?
Nightmare on Elm Street. Hold on a second.
Because I know they make a joke at the beginning of the first Scream when the killer's asking questions to Drew Barrymore's character.
Yeah.
And they mention Nightmare on Elm Street. He's like, who's that one? The guy with knives for fingers. And she says,
Yes.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I like the first one, but the rest sucked or something like that. So I wonder if, did Wes Craven do any more than just the first Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, he was the director for the first one. He did Scream 1 through 4. I don't think he did any other Nightmare on Elm Street. I think he only did the first one. I think every Nightmare on Elm Street has had a different director.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I guess we can get into... That's all people need to know about Wes Craven. Let's
Well,
just get into
is
that.
Wes Craven any of y'all's favorites?
No.
Not really.
I wouldn't say that like Wes Craven is necessarily any of our favorites director, but the Scream movies probably are like our favorite like horror movies or slasher films.
I think it's the most solid series, like horror series. Most of them
do well consistently.
Yeah. Like most of the Friday the 13th movies aren't that great, and most of the Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's like a bad Scream movie, just some that are a little worse than others.
Yeah. And I think with that, we can start talking about the first Scream movie.
Scream?
Yeah.
1996.
Well, it seems like
Scream 1.
It seems like every summer when you guys come home, don't you three get together and just kind of
watch the Scream
all the
movies.
Screams?
We watch all the movies. Well,
Or at least talk about them.
yeah, and at least the first 4. I don't think any of us have watched the new
Have you
ones
seen the fifth
together.
one? Oh.
Did we see the 5th in
You guys
theaters?
saw
We
this-
did. We did go to the movie theaters with Dad and watch the 5th one together. Yeah, I'm not sure if Nicholas was there or if he was
Might have been at
in
school.
college. Yeah,
Oh, I don't
you
remember.
did. Yeah,
Huh.
which was surprising because I don't think you watched the first 4 really
No.
with us, but you were excited to go and watch the 5th with us,
That's funny.
and you really liked it.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure.
remember that Dad was there.
I don't
I
remember
know
Dad
that we
was there.
went
Yeah.
and saw the new Matrix movie with Dad.
I remember.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I remember that I would leave the theater every once in a while to go get something, and I would come back with blood on my hands, and you guys didn't know what was going on.
So now we're talking about Scream 2. But I don't remember Dad being there either, but I think I do remember seeing the 5th Scream with you guys in theaters, but I still
Yeah.
haven't seen the 6th
I haven't
Scream.
seen the 6th either.
I've seen that one.
You've
yeah.
seen that one,
I've
where
seen
it like
them
takes
all.
place in New York City or
Yeah,
something.
that was a good one.
Does
And
it
then-
still have
The two sisters.
sisters.
Carrie
Yeah.
and Sam. Yeah.
Yeah.
You even know them by name. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
I just know that
You can
it's-
tell that Haley likes this.
I don't have it like all memorized, but I do love all the screams.
Yeah.
I just know that it's
Welcome to
What's her
Haley's
name?
Scream podcast.
Yeah, if I could make it in real life. that'd
What's
be
that?
awesome.
What's that girl's name?
Just kidding.
Ava Max.
No, Ava Max is white and blonde. I'm talking about
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I would have told you who it was if I knew who
We
you were
can
talking
remember
about.
the sister's name. I just remember seeing the one with Jack Quaid, and I like Jack
Yeah.
Quaid.
That was. I did
That's the
enjoy
5th
that one. And then they're making a 7th one,
They are.
which apparently Nev Campbell is coming back for. I guess they're finally paying her what she wants.
Is
Oh.
that real?
But I don't
Supposedly,
think.
with like her teenage daughter and her husband.
Because she
and
didn't
stuff.
come back for the 5th.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, she did come back for the 5th.
She came back for
She
the
didn't
5th.
come back for
like
the
at
6th
the
one.
they're
end.
supposed to bring back, I think Stu, and
Bull.
yeah,
They're not
So-
bringing
That'll be
back
cool.
Stu.
that would be.
You know, it always looks like Dewey dies at the end of every one of them.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm not sure if Dad saw the 5th one with us. Spoiler alert for anybody who's listening and hasn't watched all the Scream movies.
No, I know Dad went and watched the 5th one with us. I know he did
Because he
Raul
looks like
was
he
with
dies
us
at
as
the
well.
end of the 5th one also.
Yeah. Well, he like straight up dies at the end of the 5th one.
Well, I wasn't trying to spoil
yeah,
that
spoiler
for
alert
Dad.
for me. Thank you.
That's what I said. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and Dad didn't catch on.
It applies for you.
yeah,
Well,
we'll cut that part out, so I won't remember.
Yeah, Dad won't. That's true. By the time he watches it, he'll be like, "What? I didn't know that happened."
but yeah.
I like Dewey.
Yeah, Dewey's a good little guy. What's his name? Patricia Arquette?
Yes. No, that's his sister.
David Arquette.
David
David
Arquette.
Arquette.
There we go. Patricia Arquette
And
is,
this is like, was this his first big role, or was it just the first big role for most of the other?
it was the first big role for most of the other people.
I know
but
Jamie Kennedy was already kind of getting big at that time because of
Ghost Whisperer? Wait, no, that's
No,
Ghost
we did
Whisperer
Ghost
is
Whisperer way
way
after.
after.
Way later.
Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy was just like big in, I think, the comedy
Billy
scene
Loomis,
in
Billy
the
Loomis.
90s.
But then he like really blew up because of Scream.
He had
They all blew up
he had a
because- Yeah.
hip hop duet at the time, or maybe it was after. I can't remember, but he would make hip hop music.
Were the Screams before Scooby Doo?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
At least the first 3.
Yeah, 'cause
Scooby Doo was in the like the 2000s.
2002 was the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah. And then
And
like
the-
2005 or something
Yeah,
for the
and,
second one.
and the
2006,
third
2006, I don't
Scream
know.
movie came out in 2000,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and that was Nev Campbell's kind of breakout.
It was like her
role.
breakout role. I think it was Skeet Ulrich's breakout role.
Uh-huh.
I think even Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, he had some stuff before that, but that's kind of what people knew him
before
for.
that, or
I
was
don't
that
remember.
after?
I think that was after because he looks much older in 13 Ghosts.
He looks very similar, but
wasn't 13 Ghosts after? I can't. It's been a
2001.
while.
Isn't that about the girl
yeah.
who makes the tapes after she?
No, it's about
Oh, that's 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, no, they go.
Which has Dylan Minnette, who's in Scream 5.
Oh, that's right. I
6
forgot.
Degrees of Kevin Bacon, which they mentioned in Scream 2. So
It
all
also
comes
has
back
Monk
around.
in 13 Ghosts.
Tony Shalhoub.
Tony
Yeah.
Shalhoub.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I haven't seen 13 Ghosts. I don't
It's
know
been
what
a-
it
it's been
I
a
don't
while
know what
since
it's
I've seen
about.
it.
you've seen it?
yeah.
Scary. Okay.
There's a lot of
Anyways.
movies I haven't seen. Most people call me a fake film major because there's just so many
There's a lot of
movies.
horror movies that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But I've seen
more horror movies than you, I'd say, but you've seen like way more movies in
I've seen
general.
like triple the movies that you have. Yeah.
So what makes the Scream movies so popular? Why do people like them so much?
I think the first one is so popular because it like revolutionized the horror genre at the time, and I think it like revitalized it.
There's always different waves of like
Of horror. Yeah.
and that was like
Hereditary being like one of them.
yeah.
Like Ari
and
Aster.
now they call it like elevated horror with what Ari Aster's doing and stuff like that. But I think that was probably what like the third wave of horror. Because we had Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 74 and Alien in 79. And then we had Friday the 13th in the 80s. And
Nightmare on Elm Street in the 80s.
so yeah, you had like the alien horror and then the supernatural human horror, like the killer
Halloween.
that couldn't be killed, like Halloween and Friday the 13th and stuff like that.
This is Mike Myers.
And then this was kind of like the first one where it was like regular people, but trying to replicate what those supernatural,
Well, it was
like superhuman
it was a
killers
bit comical,
was. Yeah.
which I thought was kind of
Fun.
funny.
And it was also making fun of the genre.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kinda,
it was like
so.
a satire of all the horror movies that came before it.
yeah. And like I said, I really liked a lot of the characters, but the Scooby Doo guy,
Matthew
Scooby-Doo
Lillard.
guy.
yeah.
Stu Macher.
Stu.
At the end, he's of course one of the bad guys. Spoiler alert! Sorry about
Gosh
that.
dang it.
He's one of the bad guys.
We got to say that before.
It's been out for a while. If they haven't seen it by now.
But
next year, it'll be 30 years since it came out.
That's
Holy
crazy. That's like almost as old as I am.
Yes.
I mean, I'm almost as old as that.
So I thought it was hilarious. The plan, the two bad guys, the plan is to like stab each other and make it look like they've been injured.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Billy.
Billy gets stabbed multiple times. and-
Sorry. Stu gets stabbed multiple times
Oh, yeah.
by Billy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like losing a lot of blood and he's talking about, I'm kind of getting faint. Right?
You hit me with a phone.
And that was absolutely hilarious.
Sorry, Billy. I got a little overzealous.
Billy gets stabbed once and he's like,
I know.
"Okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
I can't
he
handle
gets
this."
stabbed once and he's like, give me the knife.
Yeah, literally.
Give me the knife.
No.
Yeah, that end. I was talking with a friend recently at school about the Scream movies because he wanted me to watch Hereditary and I wanted him to watch the Scream movies. And what was I talking about? Oh,
You're talking to a friend.
I was talking to a friend at school recently.
Where'd you go?
And he
He lost it because he has to make up a friend now.
No, I have friends. But I was adjusting my mic. I have like the
You got that?
You got the memento
amnesia.
short-term memory loss.
yeah. Anywho, so he wanted me to watch Hereditary and I wanted him to watch Scream. And he's like, oh, aren't all those Scream movies like kind of stupid and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, listen here, bub. I was like, I
Did
will
you beat him up?
No. I was like, I will
I'll
die.
tell my sister.
I'm getting Haley. I was like, I'll die on the hill that Scream 1 is a genuinely like good thriller slasher and a fun movie. Like I love the first Scream movie. 2, 3, 4, like those
5, 6, 7, 8.
those are like a little silly, but
It's
and
been
even
so
the first
long
one's
since
silly.
I've seen the third and the fourth. I just remember not liking the fourth one that much.
Yeah.
And I know that.
that one had a Culkin in it.
Well, yeah, that's already a reason
Culkin.
not to like it. No.
Which one?
Rory.
Was it Rory?
Rory
Yeah,
Culkin.
Rory.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Tabor and I have that argument all the time. when we're
loves the
talking
fourth
about
one?
is that he loves the fourth one and doesn't like the third one, and I like the third one and don't like the fourth one.
I think the third and fourth, which this podcast we're not covering, but I think the third and fourth are kind of like in their own category as well. I think like the first is like its own thing. And it's like, here's the first. And then you have like the second and third that are their own category. And then you have the fourth that's like its own category. And then like 5 and 6 are like their own category. And it's hard for me to compare all of them together because I feel like they all do something else well.
Well, the fourth was done years later.
Yeah,
Like-
because the third was 2001,
2000.
and then
Yeah.
the fourth was like 2012 or something.
Yeah.
So
11.
2011.
Yeah.
So like 11 years later.
You're always a year off.
Sorry. Always a half step off.
That's what I was going to say.
So do all the Screams follow the, is it
Nev Campbell.
Campbell? Do they all follow
The
her?
first 3 do, and then the fourth one she's involved in. I think it kind of is about her, but not like directly. It's like she's kind of involved in it.
And the fifth one, she kind of just comes back at the end to be
Yeah.
like the savior.
The killer? Oh.
No, not the killer.
That's
Secret.
actually an alternate. Oh, we can talk about that when we get to the fourth one.
All right, let's talk about the first and second one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the beginning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk about
they
the...
Drew Barrymore us.
They did, literally.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
That's
the
what we
first...
call it whenever they take.
The old bait and switch.
Yeah, they take an actor who's popular at the time, and they make that the selling point of the movie, and then they kill him off right at the beginning. They did it in the second one too with.
They do it in...
Jada
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Will Smith just busts through the door and smacks you.
My wife, keep your knife out my wife's back.
And then they also did it more recently in the Fear Street movie. The first one that
with
they
Maya
did
Hawke.
with Maya
Oh.
Hawke.
Yeah.
I love those movies too.
They kill her right at the beginning.
Yeah, but Scream did it first.
Scream did it first.
And that's why Scream kind of stands out because Drew Barrymore was big at the time.
Yeah.
And so bringing her in is kind of like the star factor of people like, hey, that's Little Miss America sweetheart, Drew Barrymore. And they're like, so we're going to go watch that. And they go watch it and they're like, oh no, how's Drew Barrymore going to get out of this one? And then you find out that she doesn't. She literally dies in the first 12
Yep.
minutes. And you're just like,
Now what?
yeah.
Do you think that they did that because they wanted to have that, like, ooh, put someone
No
in
one's safe.
and no one's safe yet? Or do you think they did it because they couldn't afford her for that long in the movie? And so they were like, well, you can be in it, but we'll have to kill you at the beginning.
Well, I think
Because I've seen a lot of like C-grade movies that do that, where like
Yeah.
those old Tubi movies where you watch it and they're like, oh, you got some actor that was famous 30 years ago, but you have to kill him.
like Z Nation bringing
Yeah.
in what's his name for one episode, the guy from Lost who plays Michael. They brought him
Yeah.
in for one episode of Z Nation and then killed him off
yeah,
in the first
I know who you're
episode.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Drew Barrymore was big when she was younger and it had been a while since she had done something. So I don't know if it was necessarily that they couldn't afford her, but I wonder if they came to her with this and like, hey, you're going to be killed off in the beginning. And that's why she signed up for it, because it was like she wanted to be a part of that shock factor of like
Maybe.
shocking people. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they did it to get the audience invested in the movie. Like, oh, Drew Barrymore, like she was the it girl when she was young, growing up. Like, this is going to be a really good movie. And then, bam, she's killed off. Like, let's continue watching this to see how the movie's going to go. I don't think it was really like they can't afford her. You know, I think it was.
It's Wes Craven. He can afford it.
Well, yeah, he did a few movies before this.
Yeah.
So it's not like he couldn't afford her. But I think it was also kind of like going along with what Haley was saying, kind of like, what's the word, like lulling us into like this safe feeling of like, it's Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore can't be killed in the first 10 minutes.
They would never kill off a big star.
There's no way. And then they did.
Yeah.
Especially like in the 90s, usually like 90s movies and like horror movies, they don't kill off the big stars, you know? They always make it to the end.
Yeah.
And then after that, we get into Billy Loomis crawling into Sydney's window.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, he already looks like a psychopath. I wouldn't
He looked
trust
like
that
the
guy.
bad guy right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think they were trying to do to make you be like, well, they wouldn't make the guy who looks like a psychopath the killer, right?
Well, it wasn't even just his face, like the look on his face. It was like just he would stand there and he'd kind of be hunched over a little bit.
With his greasy hair.
Right.
And
You don't still think I'm the killer, do you, Sydney?
I didn't kill
I
anyone.
didn't until you stood there and said that.
Like, I was like, I wasn't thinking it at all, bud. And then you had to come in
You
and say
planted
that to me.
into my brain.
Yeah, for
now I think
reals.
that.
He inceptioned her.
It's kind of... I feel like every Scream movie does that, though. It's like, if you suspect someone, don't second guess yourself. They're going to be the killer. If you see a creepy, greasy person who's...
In Scream 2, I thought the boyfriend was the bad guy again.
But the boyfriend wasn't creepy. Who was creepy
Yeah.
But
was...
still, like, true. But yeah. But I think...
was Timothy Oliphant's character.
True. I think what Dad is saying, like, he had bought into the boyfriend being the bad guy, which I think is what Wes Craven was going for. But like you're saying, like, not to second guess it, Dad's going with this gut feeling of, yeah, the boyfriend's a bad guy. He has to be.
I didn't want it to be because Jerry O'Connell, I love that guy.
He's a cute kid.
Yeah, I don't want, he's not a bad guy.
Vern.
But I thought, no, they're going to make him the bad guy. It's going to be a repeat of Scream 1. So.
And it wasn't.
And it wasn't.
It's like Randy said. They want to be original. They're not going to repeat it by making the boyfriend the killer.
But then when the new reporter came along, I was like, yeah, okay.
Just standing there in the middle of the night,
I know. Yeah.
giving those reports.
On the phone.
Okay, come on, Gail. Come on, Gail.
I'm in the middle of a story.
obvious.
I'm in the middle of a report on campus. Like,
Literally.
you can give that
In
report
the
from
middle of
anywhere.
the
Why are you
night.
right next to where kids are dying?
Is that
getting this report?
campus the only place with a payphone? Like, come on.
That campus is apparently the only place in the movie because
True.
Gail is
Cotton
always
Weary's
there.
the killer?
Cotton Weary is there 3 separate times. What is he doing there? The only time I understand is when he goes there to
the
talk,
library
the
to talk
library
to
to talk
Sid.
to Sydney, and
Yeah.
that's like the reason he's there. But then he just shows up randomly at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to take classes.
On how to
He's-
kill people.
He's
That's right.
yeah, he was in prison for a year. He wants to get back. He wants to get his life back together. He's going to get a degree. I'm going to kill you. You're the next victim.
Back to Scream 1. I think, yeah, just that opening scene just like really sets the tone for like the rest of the movie that no one is safe. But I think something
This is what I had to deal with last night on the podcast.
but I think something that's funny though is kind of how you're talking about how it's silly that a human can like be multiple places at once and stuff like that.
That's one of the things that I can't stand about like horror slashers. Is it?
They look down for 1 second.
Yeah,
And then they look back.
like Haley was saying when we were watching the end of number two.
Yeah.
They're standing right there at the end of the car, and they don't notice that he gets out of the car.
He
right?
gets out of the car, walks around to where
Well,
they are, and hides behind.
There was a construction site there, and there was a building, and so he had to go around, basically around that construction site, that building, and get over there.
In order to kill a friend.
It's just
They would have heard.
Yeah, it's just stupid that.
He should have just waited in the car and killed Sydney.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I don't like it when they put like if they're going to make a supernatural movie, okay. But when it's just a human that's in a mask, but somehow
That's one of the few times where I'm like, all right, this is ridiculous. The rest of the time, I'm like, well, there's two of them.
Reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, either they're running really fast or there's 2 of them at that point, and you just think that there's one up until it's revealed.
Yeah.
But I also think that was one thing that people like about Scream movies is that it is a human. And I think that is like a double-edged sword in that it adds 2 elements of scariness, but also silliness. Because it's like he's stumbling over every freaking thing.
So many embarrassing moments.
I know.
Tripping
like,
over
the secondhand embarrassment I have for the killer when watching this. I'm like,
It's
"Bud,
like
come
Home
on."
Alone. He slips on a toy car.
Yeah. It's so silly. But the fact that it's not a supernatural being and it's just someone under the mask, and it's always someone different under the mask, is like, it can be anybody. It could be one of us, and you would not know until I took off the mask.
And then Stu's character.
Stu is
He's also crazy.
Stu Miley.
No, that's Stu
That's
Miley
Monkey Bone.
is from Monkey Bones. Stu Macher.
What's his motivation in this, Haley? Why is Stu killing
That's something
people?
we talk about.
Peer pressure.
I'm far too sensitive. That's something we talk about a lot. And we talked about it. We got out the big whiteboard and the three of us ranked each of the movies up until the fourth one.
About
I think about that all the time.
Because
and I just got done talking about that with a coworker.
The fifth and sixth one hadn't come out yet, but the first 2 seasons of the TV show and the first 4 movies had come out.
There's no way.
And so we ranked all of them, including...
You said the 4th and 5th hadn't come out?
The 5th and 6th.
Oh, the 5th and 6th. I was like, the 4th had come out way before the show
the 4th
did.
had come out.
So we ranked those 4 in the first 2 seasons, and that was one of the points that we talked about was, what is the motive of the killer and the
sidekick.
And the killer's sidekick. And if they have a good enough motive, it bumps up the ranking.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. We took this so seriously at one point that we got out a whiteboard and ranked like each killer and their sidekick.
And I found that most of the time, the sidekick's
did not
motive,
have a good enough motive.
The sidekick's motive is that they're crazy. And that's it.
Stu's
talking
is
about
peer.
Matthew
Lillard,
Yeah.
His motive is peer pressure.
Oh, okay.
He was
just
well, he
crazy.
says
He did
peer
seem
pressure.
crazy.
That
He's
that
just
was the motive
crazy.
he was going to use with the police.
Or he's secretly in love with Billy Loomis.
I mean, he might have been. Saw the way he
Well,
was touching up on him all the time.
for you, Billy. Now stick a knife in me.
Cut that. But yeah, he's a psycho, and you can tell by the way that he talks and walks and acts. And
Literally, yeah, the entire movie, it's like, there's no way this kid is not a killer.
even if
Yeah.
he's not the killer in this movie, he's a killer
He's a
somewhere.
killer in another movie.
Or real life.
Like when he's in the video store talking to Randy, and and Randy's telling him maybe she'll end up with me.
Yeah, he's so crazy.
No, I don't.
think
And then immediately stone cold.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that. Or the part at the end where he's like, "You're no longer a virgin." He's like, "Oh, I said virgin." He's like, "What is his deal?" Like, he's like an immature child, just like going along with Billy. Billy's motive.
Which Billy also had to be crazy because I understand
Definitely.
the mom.
If your mom abandons you and your dad is sleeping with another lady, I can understand you being angry about that. But to go
But
killing,
he was like a broken, angry, crazy.
yeah,
But to not only kill the woman who your dad left your mom for, or
Then
your
he-
mom
then
left
he
your
goes
dad
after the
because
daughter.
of, but then you go after the daughter like she had anything to do with it and kill all of her friends and all this stuff. Like that's
He's
not really
unhinged.
a motive. He's just crazy and has to come up with an excuse at that point.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, what if the thing we love about horror movies could actually inspire the killers? What would Billy say to that?
Is that a quote from?
Billy would say,
That's Stu. You don't know who any of these people are.
He just watched them and he doesn't know.
and we're back again.
All right.
That's my radio voice.
So Scream is a movie from 1996.
Correct.
Let's just go back to the beginning.
We're back. Here's something to talk about.
Just talk
Hang on,
about it, dog.
before you get to that.
Okay.
Do you guys remember the janitor?
Yeah, the
And
one
he-
that was dressed like
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I don't know. Do you know?
Was that Wes Craven?
It was Wes.
Yeah.
Wes
No
Craven.
way.
Yeah.
It was a cameo appearance by him.
So he pulled an old Hitchcock, huh?
Yeah, he wasn't dead at that point.
That's true.
Or he was and was one of those
you're right.
What if he visits us in our
Weekend
nightmares?
at Bernie's moments where
And
they had to
also-
hold him up?
Gene M. Cousineau was in it. The Fonz.
The Fonz was in it, yeah.
Henry Winkler
Oh,
played
yeah,
the,
that's
Yeah.
right.
the
He was the
principal.
principal.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
He's a good little guy.
Ooh, needs more bourbon.
Oh.
Needs more Eye of Newt. But yeah.
What were you going to say?
You were saying?
I was just
Oh, yeah,
saying,
back to you.
the ripple effect that this movie has had on horror movies since. Because I think one thing that like revitalized the genre and that was like different that Wes Craven did was having two killers.
Yeah.
That wasn't a big thing until Scream. Because even movies like Sleepaway Camp is a slasher that has a killer that's killing people. And
A killer that's killing people.
you got that right. And then Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
and Freddy Krueger, and
You see, if they're just selling
Michael.
ice cream, then they're just an ice cream person. But if he's killing people, then he's a killer.
He's a
Yeah.
killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
he's an ice cream killer.
If you sell ice cream to 3 or more people in
two separate
two
instances.
separate instances, you're a serial ice cream seller.
Correct. Yeah, we looked up what like constitutes being a serial killer, and it was like 3 or more kills on
Yeah.
2 separate occasions.
I already knew that. I've done my
so
research.
the fact that Haley knows it makes me think she didn't do research, but she's done it.
Tell us what you know about killers. Because you know a lot. Do you listen to like true crime podcast stuff, or do you watch like crime?
Do you like
I
watching
used
stuff
to.
about
Shows.
Dahmer and stuff like that?
Yeah, you're
Not really Dahmer. Dahmer's kind of gross.
you're a
He's
big
scary.
fan of
I
Jeff,
used to watch Ted Bundy.
and he's not gross.
He was good looking. That's the difference.
No, he was not, in my opinion. I
You know
think
The guy,
who
the
was
guy that got
good-looking?
to play him.
I think
You
people
know, who was good looking was a young Joseph Stalin. Anyway, continue.
No, I was just saying the whole Ted Bundy thing. People like misinterpret the whole like, oh, he's good looking and this and that. I think people just felt bad for him because he would like put his arm in a sling and make himself like seem sick or hurt, and then people would feel bad for him and then try to help him, and then he would catch them off guard. And then
So
you
people
know,
thought that he was good looking and
somewhat like he
literally
wasn't
had
like
looks
ugly.
that kill, but it was just
but
that he
It was more like
made himself look like a victim.
Yeah, he made himself be the victim, and people took pity on him more so than like he's this handsome guy and people want to get with him.
So what are some serial killer like qualities besides murder itself that these people like Billy and Stu and Billy's mother
Billy's mother.
display from like what you've seen in those?
From your professional point of
in
view,
your- in your
as
professional-
like a crime profiler.
As me being a serial killer.
Yeah, in your professional firsthand experience, also working with serial killers since that's your job.
Have you ever? Has she ever worked with a serial
Don't work
killer?
with
No.
serial killers.
She works with people who light other people's
She
pants
works
on
with
fire.
serial eaters.
Liars.
Liars.
You know,
That's true. I do. I work
Morons.
with kids that eat a lot. Sorry.
serial eaters.
What was your question again?
What,
You
what
talk
are,
a lot,
what are,
so.
yeah.
You talk a
And
lot.
you don't
Jeez.
you don't listen a lot.
I tune
What
you
are
out.
some serial killeristic behaviors that are displayed through these characters? Do you think that they're realistic in how they act, or do you think that they would be a little less obvious? Because I look at someone like Stu Macher and I'm like, that guy's a serial killer.
Well, I
Don't
feel
have
like
to tell me.
Well, yeah, I feel like they make it a lot more obvious to help the audience like pick out who the serial killer is. Like with Billy and Stu, I feel like at least with our family, we're pretty good at picking up on who the serial killer was in all these movies. Just because, you know, we've been taught at a young age not to necessarily trust people and to be aware of our surroundings. But Billy and Stu were pretty obvious as serial killers in my mind because they kind of gave off like creepy vibes. And in the movie, yeah, they were really handsome because they're handsome actors in real life. But
My boy Skeet Ulrich.
but
I was picking up on mommy issues.
oh yeah,
Well, they mentioned that a lot.
It seems
They
like
do.
a lot of the serial killers, Ted Bundy and blah, blah, blah.
They have
There's
mommy
always
issues.
some sort of mommy issue type thing.
mommy, daddy, they have some sort of like issues in the the past with their family, physical, mental like abuse.
Most of them also kill animals before they start killing
if they've
people.
harmed or abused animals or killed
Most
animals
of
Are we
them-
in
still
the
talking
past.
about Scream?
No, just serial killers in general.
Well, now
okay.
we've
We're
moved on to
Most of
serial
them-
killers
most
apparently.
right
serial
now.
killers are actually serial bedwetters.
I have heard that before, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you just recently wet the bed?
Now, at 58 years old, I've been wetting the bed a lot, so I'm kind of wondering
Wondering when you're going to have your first kid.
Do you harm animals?
if I need to kill somebody.
He only kicks the cats in the head. But I think going back to what I was talking about before you derailed the conversation.
Yeah, I was going
You
to
were talking?
You were talking about.
You were saying.
I think Wes
It's
Craven.
all about you, Nicholas.
I saw a thing, and maybe you guys can comment on this, how each Scream he leaned further and further into being like more meta. Like the first one is, what's the word you used? Not parody.
Satire.
Yeah, it's a satire on slasher films and horror movies. And then the second one is like a satire of horror sequels, it being a sequel itself. They even talk about how sequels are never better than the original,
that's right.
blah, 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 in Class, Sarah Connor. And then, and then the third one is just kind of like him dissing on Hollywood in general. And then the fourth one is kind of leaning into like a remake of the first one, but in a modern day, because we've jumped now from 2000 all the way to 2011.
I mean, we kind of jumped because it's like a remake of the first one in a way. So we jumped from 96 to 2011.
Yeah. But like each
And
one,
then they do a similar thing in the fifth one where it's kind of like,
almost an exact remake.
yeah, where,
But
and they talk
it's
about
like
that
a
in the
legacy
fifth one.
sequel.
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
talk about legacy sequels and stuff like that.
So each one, Wes Craven leaned further and further
Yeah.
into meta commentary about horror movies
And Wes Craven didn't do the fifth one, but they still kind of followed that.
in his footsteps. Yeah.
They were a little they leaned into it a
Too
little
meta.
too much.
With the fifth one.
What?
Yeah.
What does meta mean?
So when you get on Facebook, you can get meta verified.
Right. I don't know the exact definition of meta, but it's kind of like when something is kind of...
It comments on itself,
yeah.
like in a way.
Oh, I see. I was kind of hoping in the second one that Matthew Lillard
It would come back.
would be in that one again. Now, he's the one that got the TV
Dropped on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it you, Alec, who was talking about there are theories out there that he didn't die?
Yeah. I heard that there was like... I don't know if it was a full script or if it was just an idea that someone had for the fourth one before they changed it. That was supposed to be about him, and he's in prison, and he's leading like a cult from prison to go and do his bidding and kill people.
Yeah.
Which
would've been
might
good.
be what the seventh one is about,
Could be, yeah.
but we don't know yet.
Yeah, I've heard different things, like, but it could just be like fan theories where he's actually alive and he's going to come back and, you know, get revenge on Sydney, or that he's actually coming back as like a ghost in Sydney's mind or
He'll
something.
have to come back as Sydney's boyfriend.
Yeah. Like in the fifth and the sixth one, when Sam
Yeah.
has the ghost of her dad come back, Billy, it could just be like that
Spoiler
with
alert.
Stu. Spoiler alert, it's been out for a while. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
I haven't seen it.
Actually, Haley claims that one you did watch with us in theaters.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Which
the
makes
fifth
me
one you
wonder-
have.
Who was his mom? Or who was her,
Her mom.
mom? Sam's mom.
I had her name memorized and now I can't freaking remember for the life of me. It was some random girl that Billy Loomis knew in high school and ended up like getting with, and we had never seen her. They never introduced her or anything in
It
the
was
movies.
Sydney's mother.
No, he killed her.
Yeah.
So that line,
Billy's mother.
no,
Oh.
from Matthew Lillard when he's been stabbed multiple times
Feeling
and
a little
he's
woozy
fading.
here.
My mom and dad are going to be so mad at
Oh,
me.
Oh,
yeah.
that one, yeah.
That was ad-libbed.
Oh.
That wasn't in the script. They left it in because
I'm
they
sure
thought it
a
was
lot
funny.
of his.
I was
you
gonna
probably
say-
can't contain that guy. He's
Yeah.
a little.
I think I had read that there were like a few like lines that he had like ad-libbed
I'm pretty sure
in
like
some of those scenes. Yeah.
every single action he does when he's like, I'm pretty sure like I'm sure Wes Craven didn't come up to him and be like, so can you be like the weirdest kid ever and like crank it to 11? It was just him being him, and Wes Craven was like, are we rolling? Like, are
They
we getting
probably didn't
this?
even hire
Right.
him, and he just shows up on set, and
I
they're
feel
just
like
like,
that's
"Yeah,
a
let's
common
go with
joke
it."
we make about crazy actors.
They always just show up.
I picture this is when I see him, I think of Nicholas as doing his thing. It's like I get the impression that they're just going to try stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what I can get away with.
That always happens. Every movie that we like make with Tabor, Nicholas just does stuff.
I just do my thing.
What's the point of acting if you're not gonna?
If you're not gonna experiment, you
You're
know.
not gonna try to be something.
Be something.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, literally.
This is the second time I've said this in this episode.
If you,
I'm gonna kill you.
You might need to
hear
stop
from-
watching Scream
If you don't
movies.
hear from
I
Nicholas
might-
later on these podcasts, it's because
Let me ask you this.
Movies don't make serial killers.
They make
Nicholas.
serial killers more creative. Let me ask you this.
Nicholas
What
makes
is...
TV
serial
shows don't
killers.
make serial killers. Canceling TV shows make serial killers.
That's, is that a Scary Movie?
I think that's a line in Scary Movie.
That's funny, yeah. Let me ask you this.
Just ask me. Stop prefacing it.
A question from our little friend who is a killer, the Scream Boy.
To the audience, press 1 if you want to hear this question.
Beep.
To the audience, press 1
if you want to skip this.
If you don't want him on the podcast. If you want me to press the eject button and send him into space.
let me get
I
this.
got a lot of ones
If
coming
you
in.
if you start donating to our Patreon, we will kick me off the show. So but
Oh, we're getting a lot of donations.
if you want to keep me on the show, donate to the Patreon. Either way, my question is.
Do it. Say it.
It's been 5 minutes and a question hasn't come out of your mouth.
What is your favorite scary movie?
My favorite scary movie?
Because all of you, like Ghostface asks that, right? Doesn't he?
Yeah.
What's your
He
favorite
What's
says-
your
scary
favorite
movie?
scary movie?
And if he asked you questions about your favorite scary movie or scary movies in general, do you think you would be able to answer them and survive?
If he asks me the exact questions that he asked Casey Becker in the
Well,
first
yeah.
movie, then
But
yes.
if he asked you like questions about popular, like not
who's your
random
boyfriend?
obscure ones, but you know, he asked about Friday the 13th and Halloween, stuff like that.
If he asked me questions about like Hereditary and that Hard Eyes Killer that just came out or like whatever, like
That's
modern,
not a popular one.
modern horror movies.
That one was done by Josh Rubens, right?
Who's Josh Rubens?
He is
Hitler, the
not-
grammar Nazi.
Not Hitler, but the Grammar Nazi. He's a
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of College Humor, and he made the Werewolves Within movie.
What's your favorite scary movie?
It might be Hereditary, actually.
Haley, what's your favorite scary movie?
Obviously, Scream.
Wow, what do you know? Dad, what's your
But-
favorite scary?
All I gotta say is,
We got
if
a
my
butt.
boyfriend is tied up and a serial killer asks me all these scary movie questions, he can slice my boyfriend up. I'm not gonna answer it.
We hope
Sorry.
Raul's not listening.
You're not gonna answer it. Like even if you knew the answer, you're just like kill him,
Yeah,
please.
slice him up. I'll even help you. Give me
Sorry,
that knife.
Raul.
Yeah, jeez.
He already knows.
Like who is the name of the killer in Scream? And you're like Billy and Stu. Now stab him.
Yeah.
Do
Give
me a favor.
Do me a favor. Give me that knife. I'll do a better job
Trick question.
than
It
you.
was 2 killers, Billy and Stu. Stab him right now.
Dad.
If I had to pick a scary movie, which I don't really like scary movies, but
Why don't you like scary movies? Let me ask you that.
they don't entertain me.
How come?
I'm
'Cause you're
usually
scared.
they usually I
Are you
get
scared?
no, I get irritated by them.
Because of how
because-
scared you get?
The way people is it
He's
because
scared with a boy.
is it because the way
He
people
needs
act in
mommy?
those situations make you
Probably.
mad, and then
Yeah.
also the way that the killers are teleporting?
Yeah, they always know where everybody's
they're
at.
teleporting.
They're always in the spots that, they shouldn't be there. They're
And it
completely
scares you.
across town.
Yeah, because he's scared.
Those types of things.
Are you afraid
So,
that that's
yeah.
going to happen to you in real
So they
life?
frustrate me a lot, like my kids are doing right now.
If you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one, it would be what's
Silence
the,
of the Lambs.
No, what's the guy with the
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger?
Oh, Friday the 13th.
Nightmare-
No, not
Nightmare
Friday
on
the
Elm
13th.
Street.
Yeah. I kind of like those a little bit.
You like
No.
those?
Yeah.
It's not too scary
You
for
wouldn't
you.
pick like Silence of the Lambs?
Hello, Clarice.
Is it because you like seeing Johnny Depp explode all over the ceiling?
Is Silence of the Lambs, is
The
that
blood.
in the same type of what
It's
we're
Well,
talking
horror.
about?
it's not a slasher, but it is technically a scary movie. Because the question is, what's your favorite scary movie, not what's your favorite slasher?
Well,
It's a
that's
horror
like
movie.
a thriller, suspense.
It's a horror movie.
I don't know.
It's a subgenre.
It's the only horror movie to win the Academy Award. It won the Big Five, right?
I don't know.
I don't remember. But anywho.
Didn't, what's it called? Black Swan win something?
Is Black Swan a horror movie?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but it's a horror movie.
I wouldn't think it is.
Isn't it more like
It's a
psychological?
psychological
horror,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
What about you? What's your...
I don't know. If I had to pick a favorite scary movie, I feel like my fallback is like Scream, like, because that's like the first one that like started it all for me.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick one, it'd probably be. I liked Hereditary. I think it was overhyped.
What about American Psycho?
American Psycho is also overhyped. Christian Bale's performance is good, but other than that, it's
I like that one. Christian Bale.
Yeah, for me it'd be either
He wasn't acting in
Hereditary.
that one. That was just him.
He just wandered onto set.
Somebody set up a camera in his house.
He's just like, let's just do this.
Either Hereditary or Alien.
oh, Alien's good. Yeah.
Alien is a good one, yeah. I like Aliens, though. That's
Aliens
my
is
favorite.
better.
Well, Alien is better.
Get away from her.
No. Get away from her.
It's actually Stay Away from Her, which
He
by the
was
way,
wrong.
Randy
was wrong. Yep.
It's not. The
It's
quote
not
is not
stay
Stay
away
Away
from
from her.
her.
It's Get Away from Her.
But the quote is Sarah Connor. Yeah.
So Scream 2.
It's basically Scream 1, but the second,
at college.
the second version. Yeah, it's at college.
Scream 1, but at college. Because he even says.
And instead of Billy, it's Billy's mother. And instead of a psycho, it's a different psycho.
Yeah. Because Randy.
Nikki.
Yeah. Randy even says he's trying to finish what was started at Woodsboro. And so, speaking of, where does this one take place? Did they ever mention that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if they do, it's
Let us know in the
briefly.
comments. If the
They mention
chat, let me know.
they mention Woodsboro a lot,
They do, but they're not in Woodsboro.
Yeah.
They've left Woodsboro.
which I still don't understand why everyone congregates at that college just because Sydney's there.
I keep thinking California for some reason.
Or
I
at
don't
the
know why.
police station. It's near Woodsboro because, you know, all her friends and stuff go to school there. And
Los Angeles.
also the police station. Like, why does Gail Weathers have access to the police station?
Yeah.
She's just in there
She's
investigating with
literally
them,
just
and
a
they don't,
reporter,
and they don't
let her
care.
have
They just
access
let
to
her-
everything.
She's a book writer. Who is this? Gail Weathers, author of the Woodsboro Murders. It's like,
Which I understand if they
carries so much weight.
I
she
understand
can,
if they asked her to be on the investigation for whatever
Maybe they
reason
did.
since she has firsthand experience, but they never mentioned that. It's Dewey and like the police chief in there looking at the names of the
And then she
victims.
just wandered
and
on
she
set.
just walks in and she's like, look at the names. Maureen, like Maureen Prescott. Stevens, like Steven.
Who was the character that got pulled into the van and killed?
Randy.
That was Randy.
Randy.
Yeah.
I
Played
really
by
liked
Jamie Kennedy.
I liked his character.
Yeah.
He was my
Yeah.
I'm
favorite.
glad that they
Killed
did a
him.
Killed
little-
him?
well,
I'm glad that they
did a
killed
little
him.
more with him. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because he was in the first one and he had a decent part. And then he was in the second one and had a decent part because they killed him halfway through. Stupid. He does make a comeback in the third one, though. They have a tape that they watch and he explains the rules of a trilogy in a horror movie.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
He's not
through the
actually
tape.
dead in the fifth one. He comes back.
Shut up.
You
That's-
can't guess.
That's who Billy Loomis was with.
Homo repressed mama's boy. And I would
Loomis,
know.
Billy
And I
He-
would
he and I
know.
were together.
Yeah, I like Randy a lot. Other than like Dewey, he's probably like the best character of the first two movies, at least.
Yeah.
I love, this is going back to Scream 1 though, and leaning into the meta. I love when the killer is right behind Randy and he's on the couch and he's talking to Jamie Lee Curtis and his name in real life is Jamie. And he's like, Jamie, behind you.
Yes.
Behind you, Jamie. And the
And we're
killer's
like,
behind
yeah, literally
Jamie
behind
Kennedy.
you.
Yeah. The opening of the second movie.
Also, he's not stupid enough
Randy.
Yeah, to go and lean up against that van.
Yeah.
As a horror movie expert, he's got this whole wide open campus where he knows he's being watched and he's on the phone, and then he stands right in front of a van where someone can hide in it, which I know
he was just so invested in telling the killer off.
Yeah.
Because the killer had
he
just
was
said,
not paying attention.
The killer had just said, "You're not gonna get the girl."
Yeah.
So maybe he was a little angry and wasn't thinking
Which
about
also
stuff.
I know that it was Gail Weathers' van. But
Yeah.
he knows better. He's no
Because I think
amateur.
when Stu was telling him off in the
first one,
the first one that he's not going to get the girl, he was getting a little, ticked off as well. Like, oh, I'm going to get Sydney, and so the same thing happened in the second one.
Sydney's a sensitive subject for Randy.
He's always had a little crush on her.
I've always had a thing for you, Sid. Scream 2. What is your favorite part about Scream 2? Because I feel like we like all the Scream movies. I don't think well, you said you don't like the fourth one, but I think you need to rewatch it.
I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah, I rewatched it not too
long
ago.
And I was 10 when it came out.
Yeah, I like all of them. I think
I'll
the first
rewatch
one's
for the next podcast.
I think the first movie is my favorite, and then for Scream, the series, the third season is the best.
You just say that to make me angry. You know that the third one... I'm not going to say the third season's bad. Third season's
I'm not going to lie. I think I really do like the third season more.
Really?
At least I like it more than season 2. I think I had gotten sick of the season 2 characters, and the way season 2 ended was lame.
Yeah, I didn't like the way that it ended, and it's mostly, I think, because it got canceled on that network, and they had to move to a different network, and then they probably just couldn't get the actors back for another season or something. Or move to a different writer. So I didn't like the way that it ended, and some of the characters did annoy me, like the main character. I find that to be a common thing, is that in the Scream movies and TV show,
very unlikable.
The main character, maybe not even unlikable, they're just not one of the most likable characters. Like it's, in the first one,
sidekick.
It's Dewey and Randy. In the second one, it's Dewey and Randy. In the third one, it's Dewey and Randy.
Even though Randy comes back in a videotape.
And Sydney's just kind of there to be the driving force of the
final
whole thing.
Girl.
Yeah.
There has to be a final girl. Yeah.
And that's how the TV show feels also, is the main girl,
Emma.
Jack Reacher. I don't remember her name. I know that she's in the Reacher series.
Emma.
Is it Emma?
Emma, yeah. She's always annoying.
She's not only not the best character like Sydney isn't, but she's just not a likable character.
No, she's not.
Not to say that they're bad actors.
And you get the horror movie nerd who's the favorite character.
I did like him.
Played
what
by...
was his name again?
I'm trying to remember the actor's name. I don't remember.
Jack Quaid.
Basically.
Second Scream, I think my favorite part is I like Cotton Weary a lot. I like that they had him more in this one than they did in the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him.
He's Wolverine's brother, right?
Sabretooth.
That's the one.
In X-Men Origins.
Did Wes Craven, did he do Friday the 13th?
He did
No.
not.
That was, I want to say John Carpenter. Well, that's actually where Billy Loomis's name comes from. Is from, not from Friday the 13th, but from...
Sean S. Cunningham.
Really?
What a sad
Sean
last
S.
name.
Cunningham. I meant Cunningham. I said Cunningham.
Okay, never mind.
So it's not too unfortunate.
What Halloween, which they mention in the first movie when they ask what Casey's favorite scary movie is, and she says Halloween. Billy Loomis's character is named after Dr. Loomis.
Oh, from Friday the 13th?
From Halloween.
From Halloween? I wasn't paying attention.
So, but Friday the 13th, I think that, what was his name?
Jason
Voorhees?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So his mother ends up being the killer.
In the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she gets her head lopped off.
And then in
Say the
this,
exact same thing, word for word.
And then Billy's mom ends up being the bad guy in the second
In the
one.
second one, so it's flip-flopped.
It's true.
My favorite part, I don't know. Whenever I think of the Scream movies, I just think of the first one for some reason. I think probably just because it's what stands out to me the most when I think of the movie, it's a scene that I remember every time is when they're looking for the killer on campus, Randy.
When Randy dies.
Yeah, when Randy dies. That whole sequence, and then when he's on the phone. And that's also what we would quote the most when we were
did
younger,
quote
is
that
the
a lot,
things
yeah.
that he said.
Billy Loomis, Billy Loomis.
I do think that is probably the best scene of the movie and like the most memorable one, even though it sucks that Randy dies.
And I do like when movies are a little more contained within certain locations, which is why I like the first one, because
Takes place at school, takes place at
half of
Stu's
it
house.
takes place at Stu's house. And the other half kind of takes place at the school, besides the small little scenes and
Sydney's
people's-
house, Casey's house.
Casey's
yeah.
house. And this one, even though it was all at the college, it's different locations at the college for almost every scene. And then there's the part with it just felt like they did too much. I feel like it could have been more contained. Because once you build suspense, once you build suspense in a movie, the best way to maintain it is to continue the suspense, and normally it either continues through to a new location or it remains in that location. And so they had to keep building suspense in separate locations with this one, whereas in the first one it maintained it because the killer was still there
In the same location. Okay,
location.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Even if he went away for a little bit, you knew that he was still there at the house.
I see what you mean. What you got,
Makes
Harry?
sense.
What's your favorite part of the second one?
I don't really have favorite parts when it comes to movies. I kind of just like movies as a whole, honestly.
All right, Dad.
Well, that's lame.
I just take it like all in at once, and then
Digest it.
yeah, and then I just
Throw
like
it back up.
throw it back up, and I'm like, yep, that was a good
And
one.
you look
Eat
at
it
the,
back up.
the pile of Scream
Yeah.
vomit, and you're like, that's
Yeah.
good stuff right there.
Scream vomit, and I'm like, well, that was good.
Stuff right
And then
there.
I lick it back up and I watch it again.
I know Dad's favorite part of the first Scream movie is when Stu's getting a phone thrown at him and stuff like that.
I'm getting stabbed by
That
Billy.
was pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you have a favorite part?
fading.
deep, Billy.
Getting a little woozy here.
That was just funny.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite part?
On the second one, I can't think of what it would be, but I thought it was pretty funny when now I can't remember the characters' names, but Dewey.
Dewey.
Yeah. When he's in that what is that room? Some sort of recording room or
Yeah,
something.
the recording
and
studio.
he's standing at the window.
And he's getting stabbed
And,
in the back.
and they come up behind him and stab him in the back again. I'm thinking, what the hell?
Poor guy.
The blood is just like,
I know. Gets stabbed in the back again.
Also, why does every character who gets stabbed anywhere bleed out their mouth?
you ever been
I
stabbed?
don't know.
It's from the
We can
lungs.
try it later.
I've never been
See what
stabbed, but
happens.
I'm sure if I did,
Have you ever
every single
stabbed a
stab
man?
wound wouldn't.
When I stab someone
Do you know
earlier,
what it sounds
they
like?
bled
Do you
out
know
their
what it
mouth.
sounds
like when you stab a man?
Sir Ian McKellen. What's his
not Ian
name?
McKellen.
Patrick Stewart. No, Dracula. Anyway,
Yeah, Dad, who is that guy? He is like one of the OG
Plays Saruman
Draculas. He
in
plays
Dracula.
Saruman.
and he's who James Bond is based off of.
I have no idea.
It's not Chris Evans.
No, it's Christopher.
Lloyd.
No,
No.
dang it.
Back to the Future.
I'm going to lose my mind. Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
I did say that,
Lee.
but none of you guys heard
Shut
me.
up.
All right. I'm
Anywho.
gonna kill everyone
I
here.
think when you get stabbed, there's blood, and sometimes it comes out your mouth.
I think it depends on where you get stabbed.
Yeah, but the fact that Dewey gets stabbed in the back and then blood comes out of his mouth all over the window, and then what's his
Well,
name?
Didn't he
Got
like
stabbed in the
pushed
head.
against the window too?
Yeah, that could
Like,
be it.
Yeah, but that
Like,
was a lot
I'm
of blood for
pretty
getting
sure-
pushed up against the
Pretty sure
window.
his face got pushed up against the
And
window.
then,
Haley
yeah.
can speak from experience. She's been thrown into a
I've
sliding
been thrown
glass
into
door.
a sliding glass door, and there was blood everywhere.
And then Dr. Foreman gets stabbed in the head. Something Stevens in the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
He plays Dr. Foreman in House.
He gets stabbed in the
Yeah.
head and then
Yeah,
bleeds
he
out
gets
his
stabbed in the
mouth.
head and then bleeds out of his mouth.
You literally think you're not going to bleed out your mouth when you've been stabbed in the head?
You're going to bleed out your head, that's for sure.
You got blood in your head. It's not coming out of your mouth right now. I don't see why there would suddenly be some wait for it to come out when you get stabbed in the head.
See, this is why
I'm going to test that theory.
Let's test it.
Of all the people,
And then
I
also,
will test
this
it.
is why you're not an anatomy major.
Billy gets stabbed like 3 times with an umbrella and is fine. Then when he gets shot in the shoulder, he bleeds out of his mouth.
Well, that's a tiny little umbrella.
I know, but he gets shot in the shoulder and then bleeds out of his mouth. Why does he bleed out of his mouth for getting shot in the shoulder?
Depends where he got shot.
It's effect.
Yeah, what do you
understand?
What do
It's
you
a
care,
movie,
huh?
Alec. Why are you taking this so seriously?
Yeah, what's your deal?
I don't know if you guys.
Oh, wait, hold on. Shut up. Dad's
I
saying
don't know if
something.
you heard when.
Look, everyone,
put-
an old man's talking.
Hold on. I got to go kill him.
I've been threatened by each person in this podcast.
I think movies do make killers.
When they put Dewey in the ambulance,
Mm.
you can hear the ambulance people saying, the scar tissue saved him or something like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you think that's far-fetched?
I think that's why he bled so much.
Scar tissue
'cause
is
the scar
serious
tissue.
business.
Yeah.
And if kids at home, don't try this at home.
But if you've got scar tissue, kids at home, it will save you.
Yeah. So
But you will have blood come out your mouth.
You will have blood come
No
out.
matter what's happening, blood's coming out your mouth.
but if you get stabbed by an umbrella, no blood.
You get
Throw some clothes in the washer. Blood's coming out your mouth.
You're doing daily chores. Well, Casey was just popping popcorn and blood came out her mouth.
Yeah, I know.
Cause and effect.
Yeah, like you should know this.
Yeah, you're a film major.
You're right. They teach me that stuff in film school.
Yeah. Yeah, I think these are not the best movies ever, but I think they are
Take
fun.
that back.
I'm sorry. I think Scream 1 is one of the best slashers ever. I think after that they're all okay, but I think they're all fun, and I'm gonna give it
And
that.
isn't that what matters most? If you're making a movie, no matter how good the story is, if I don't enjoy watching it,
True.
you watch these new like movies that are going to Sundance and stuff like that, and it's all this weird avant-garde stuff. I didn't go to Sundance, but I had friends who did this last time to watch the short film entries and the feature film
Is that
entries.
like a club?
Sundance Film Festival. It is one of the biggest festivals
Ever.
It's moving out of Utah.
boys club?
But a lot of my friends went to it, and they said that most of those were like weird little like nudity sex scene movies, and I was like, this is what they're accepting.
Where is this happening again?
Sundance.
Just asking for a friend.
Yeah. Not like I'm gonna head over there.
They're
or nothing.
moving it out of Utah, so good luck.
I don't need to be in Utah. I can't gamble there. What's the point?
But like these things get accepted into the biggest, one of the most exclusive festivals, and if you can't enjoy it, what's the point?
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to make, is that these are fun movies, and even if some of them aren't
in a roundabout way, all
even
you
if
said
some
was
of them
it was fun.
aren't that great, at least they're fun and
Yeah.
enjoyable.
I don't think there's a single Scream movie that I didn't like, even if they weren't as good as the other
Are
ones.
these cult
Yeah.
classics?
I would say the first one definitely is 100% a cult classic because it revolutionized and revitalized horror as we know it. The slasher genre.
It's got a following.
It made its mark.
Yeah.
Like, it even inspired, like, the slashers that come after it. Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
The Babysitter.
The
and
Babysitter.
The Babysitter 2,
Yes.
featuring Jenna Ortega, who is in the Fifth
Scream
and Sixth
5.
Scream. It's
Yeah.
all connected.
7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
6
7?
degrees, sorry. It's like the 7 Rings of Hell. Kevin Bacon's at all of them. Anywho.
All right. We got anything else, or we want to grade
Kevin
them?
Bacon Satan is out. We're finding out here.
Do you have anything you want to add
Kevin
about
Satan. Oh my
the
gosh.
Scream movies, Haley, since they're your favorite?
How would you rank the movies?
If you had to rank the Scream movies out
You
of...
know what? Let's rank them when we get done with all of them.
Let's rank the
In
first
the final
two.
episode.
Yeah, we got to rank the
Yeah.
first
Let's at least
two.
rank the first
Yeah, we're going to
two.
rate them, but
Rate them, sorry. Oh,
but-
yeah, rate
But I
them.
mean, once we get through all 6 of them, then we have
Rate
to.
them.
We have to.
Then we'll rank them. Got it.
Yeah, we'll rank them all once we've seen all of them, but we're just
Okay.
going to rate the first two
Rate
right
the
now.
first
So
two.
let's say the first one.
First one. Got it.
Yeah, first one.
Okay, out of what are we doing
Out of
it out
10.
of? No. So we ranked The Prestige out of 100 Hugh Jackmans. So we're ranking this.
Hugh Jackman clones.
I'm doing
sorry.
stab wounds.
You're doing this out of stab wounds.
Stab wounds.
Yeah.
Out of 100 stab wounds, how many?
The first one?
How many
First
stab
one.
wounds would you give the
Give
first one?
Someone?
The first
First
movie.
movie.
Keep an eye on her.
We already know
You're
you
just
do
rating
all
the movie.
100 if you
You're
could.
not really going to stab somebody.
I would stab
She got
someone
excited.
100 times for the first one.
So 100 out of 100 for the first
Yeah.
one.
Holy mackerel.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
I love that movie.
I think that's our highest rating so far, other than Cody Newton. Cody Newton mentioned. I think other than
I got the
his,
call back.
I think other than his rating Boz Lerman like 10,000 Lermans out of
Out of
100.
10 bosses. I
yeah,
don't know.
like yeah.
And you rating The Prestige 100 Hugh Jackmans out of 100.
That's true. I give it 100 Hugh Jackmans. 100 stab wounds. I would give the first Scream 96 stab wounds.
Wow.
blasphemous.
I'd definitely give it multiple stab wounds. I would give the first one,
If it's not above 90, we got a problem.
give me a second, 88.
Disgusting.
88 stab wounds.
I'll stab you.
It's
100
still a
times.
The
9 out
game
of
is
10.
over. I'm gonna kill you for
It's
real.
still like a 9 out of 10 when you round it up.
No,
No, we're not rounding
We're not
here.
rounding.
So you're
Which is
giving
why
it-
we're doing 100.
You're giving it 90 stab wounds.
We're giving it 88 stab wounds out
That's
of
a
100.
B.
Eight, that's
plus.
a B.
Yeah, B plus. It's a good.
Catch these hands later.
Yeah, you got issues, Dad.
Well, clearly I need to be above 90 or my life's in
No,
danger.
no. You.
Not you. You're scary.
He has an excuse, or he has no excuse. You have an
So-
excuse.
I probably would rate the first one. I really liked it, and I thought the humor in it, and what saved it for me was
The end.
the end when, what's his face is going down. So I'd give it 94 stab wounds, but I'd probably also throw in a TV on your head
Okay.
just to kind of
Okay.
top it off.
I didn't know we could throw TVs on heads.
Well, you already did 100 stab wounds.
You can't really go
Alright.
past that.
Now the second one. How many Billy's
Mothers.
out of 100 would you give?
I
That
would
we would
give-
kill?
I would give it at least 84 Billy's mothers.
All right, Bailey.
Just 84?
Why?
What do you mean?
Why are you giving that one a lower score? What?
Wasn't as good as the
So
first
it's
one.
worse.
Yeah,
Good
just
enough.
wasn't as good as the first one. Wasn't as humorous. It's kind of lost the novelty of there being two killers. Even if you're surprised by who the two killers are and stuff, you kind of just have lost some of the magic from the first Scream to the second Scream.
So I'm going to score mine because I agree with that. I'd probably do like an 85
What did I say? 84?
because it kind of, to me,
85 what?
You got to do it.
Billy's mother's murders. I don't remember. I can't remember what it was.
Just Billy's mother.
Billy's mother.
It was kind of a cookie cutter to me. It was like the same thing, just in a different setting. So
Haley?
Actually, you go next. We'll finish with Haley.
I would give it 82 mothers out of 100.
Alec had a stroke.
Well, so did Timothy Oliphant, so we're even.
Honestly, probably his best performance to date, though.
Yeah.
True.
Also,
Haley's.
I am number 4.
He did do good in
He
that.
did really good in that too. And The Office. I'm
He
just
did do good
kidding.
in the office. Yeah.
Just kidding. No.
What's the weather like, Danny?
Although
Our
that-
age.
Yeah, that guy was in the office.
He was in The Office, yeah.
You remember the movie I Am Number 4, right? The kid
Was
with
it?
The
the
magic
powers.
one. Well, not magic, but like the powers one.
He had powers. He was an alien, and Timothy Oliphant was like his guardian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
And
it
they were
was
going against
I
the-
am 4. But it's
No.
I am number 4.
I am
No,
number
but
going
four.
against
Nichols,
the weird
whenever
alien
we
guys.
played it,
I am
he'd all
for.
be like, I am 4. That's what he would say. I am 4.
Yeah.
I would also
Yeah.
say that. I would also say that for Divergent because
Yeah.
his name literally was
Yeah.
4.
And then you'd be like, and pretend that he had powers.
And then he'd take his Woody doll.
Now, Timothy Oliphant and Josh Duhamel are not the same person, correct?
Timothy Elephant?
They're close. Haley, how many Billy's mothers would you give Scream to out of 100 Billy's mothers?
Think I'm gonna rate it higher than your guys's.
Today? We only have so much memory.
I'd rate it maybe like a 90. Billy's mothers.
You guys are weird.
Yeah. Nice.
Are you going to throw in anything else, like a 90 Billy's mothers and throw in a Randy, I thought you were dead?
Wait, what is that?
It's from the first one.
Oh, forgot about that. Nice.
Yeah. After we got done watching the second one, I thought, man, it would have been so cool if they would have had a little scene right at the end where you're watching Dewey's ambulance driving away and you can see the bad guy. What's he called?
Ghostface.
The Ghostface guy.
Just driving
the ambulance.
Like
that would have
the
been
Burbs.
cool. Yeah. All right. Are we good? Are we feeling good? Is everybody
I
happy?
think so.
Feeling good.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Let's do our thing. And we're gone. All right. Good job.
Just
Good
remember
job.
Randy's rules. Don't have sex. Don't drink or do drugs. And never say, I'll be right back.
I just did all that during the podcast.
Yar. 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 Wicka wicka wicka.
Thanks for listening to My Dad's Movie Podcast. We had a lot of fun creating it, and we hope you enjoyed it.
For more content, please check us out at Facebook and YouTube at My Dad's Movie Podcast, or visit our website, mydadsmoviepodcast.com.
And always, if you'd like to help support us, please check out our Patreon at My Dad's Movie Podcast.
Thanks for listening, everybody.